Yeah, banjo twang with the bass turned up. Got the whole crew in my ear. What? Got a chief in my ear. Yeah, calling every play. Welcome. From the dirt to the sim, we ain't never gonna play. Whole crew talking, got me riding that edge. Yeah. If you want that win, better listen to the chief. Chris on the front, yeah, he changing that tire. Fuelie on the jack, got the whole car high. Richie in the rear, saying tighten that up. Jack on the fuel like feel that cup. Never the answer, and bless his heart. Drop the love nut right at the start. Ripping my ear, yelling inside clear. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Why you yelling in here? Got a chief in my ear. Man, calling every play. From the dirt to the sim, I'm gonna play. Somebody explain. Yo, Chris, tighten that wheel. Daryl, just stand over there. Hit now, trust me. Got a G. We talk like fools in the chat, then jump it all into the flat. Got a G from my ear. Calling every play. From the dirt to the sand, we ain't never gonna play. Got me riding there. If you want that win, better listen to the chief. Whole crew loud, but the brain stay chasing. That's AI Chief Racing. AI Chief Racing. That was just latency. Save my pride. Yeah, you drove it in too wide. We ain't pros, but we ain't done. We chase that win like it's Daytona. Every week we show back up. Half decent, but that's enough. We're half decent. Hear the roar, not quite perfect, but we're back for more. Rubbing fenders, crossing lines, living fast in these sim race lives. Half decent on the fight, little rough, but we're alright. Win or lose, we light up the track, and you know we will be back. Half decent, full throttle. See you next week, if your rig survives.
Welcome to Wine Country, California, Sonoma. Action here for the Half Decent Racing League. Don't let the name fool you. There's nothing half decent about the competition. 60 laps of action here at Sonoma. This is about our 4th or 5th road course race. Jesse Singleton's been the dominant. But last week, we found ourselves at San Diego for the first time. Wild, crazy race at San Diego. Brendan McHugh picking up his first win of the season. We take a look here at Shane Williams out here getting qualifying underway right now. 10 minutes left to go here in qualifying. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN, bringing you all the live action here every Friday night for Half Decent Racing League. We take a look here at the 29 Justin Kruger. A little bit shorter field here tonight than we normally have. Looks like only about 15 drivers in the lobby here at Sonoma. I would thought Sonoma had been a pretty popular track over the years. Expecting a few more cars tonight, but we got all the road course heavy hitters here with us tonight, except for Brendan McHugh, who won last week. So we're just getting qualifying going. Let's take a look here real quick at the current point standings. As we come tonight, Matt Dickerson, 6 wins on the season for Matt. 139-point lead over his Vortex Motorsports teammate Cliff Adams, and Jesse Singleton back there in third with 4 wins on the season. Jesse's missed a couple of shows. Jacob Barker Gonna come home in fourth right now. Aiden O'Neill fifth. Benedict Ringer in the sixth spot. Benny is here with us tonight. Zach Steele in seventh. Charlie Bowling eighth. Shane Williams ninth. Colton Gardner rounds out our top 10 in the point standings. Brendan McHugh, last week's winner, down on 11th. Connor Hughes 12th. Todd Rush 13th. Justin Kruger, as we see Justin on the racetrack right now. And Cody Zuroff in the 15th spot right now in the point standings. We only got a few more races left to go in the season. All right, let's get going here with our qualifying times. It looks like fast time so far right now is Jacob Barker at a 1:19.90. Justin Kruger right there behind him with a 95. So first three times real close. Right now only about 600ths of a second separate 1 through 3 at the moment. Then it's Shane Williams, Cliff Adams down in 5th, Benedict Ringer in 6th, Colton Gardner, Justin Steele, or excuse me, Zachary Steele, Justin, Charlie Bowen down there in 9th, Todd Rush, Connor Hughes. That's 11 cars so far that qualified. We've got a total of, it looks like 14 here with us. We still have Matt Dickerson is yet to complete his lap. You can see him getting sideways right there. Matt Dickerson, Jesse Singleton is going to come across the line. He is going to move up to the top of the scoring pylon. It's a 1:18.88 first driver into the 18s. Jesse Singleton, our road course specialist, missed last week at San Diego, but he has picked up the win in just about every other road course race. And you can see it looks like he is going to complete. He is going to post that time, and that's going to be it. So one time around for Jesse. He will not get a second lap. Hunter Hughes going to go up into second. He just finished his second lap. Let's take a look at Charlie Bowling. Charlie just crossed the line for his second lap. He is going to go up to 6th. Let's find Matt Dickerson on the racetrack. Matt right now finishing his second lap right now. Coming around through the last, where's he at on the racetrack? He is just now going up the hill there. Where's he at? Why does my maps look different? Coming down through 9-10, down into turn number 10 right now. Going down to the famous turn number 11. That's where we're going to see a lot of our passing here tonight. Entering into this hairpin right here at 11. Comes off this corner, got a little kind of a high-speed left-hand turn. Across the finish line. Let's see if Matt can improve his time. He's down in 8th right now at a 1:20.40. And he is going to do just that. He's going to move up to 3rd at a 19:22. So a good lap there for Matt Dickerson. That is going to round out our qualifying here. Jesse's going to curl around for his second lap. Let's take a look at it. We could have timed this with an hourglass. He might not even get a lap here because he went off track. We'll see if it even scores us. It doesn't even look like it's going to give us a score for that lap. So Jesse Singleton did need a second lap. He got it on the first one at a 1:18.89. Where is Todd Rush? Todd Rush? Where am I at? You know where you're at. You're sitting in your rig, racing at Sonoma, buddy. You're down in 13th. All right, 3 minutes left to go in qualifying. That's going to wrap it up. Take a look at the beautiful rolling hills countrysides here in wine country, California. If you haven't been here at all, get a trip out there. It's something you don't want to miss. All right. Trying to pull up my schedule here, see where we are. We are on week 19 right now here for the Half Decent Racing League. We've got about 2 minutes left to go in qualifying, but everybody has their laps, and Matthew Hobbs, the only driver that did not come out and take a qualifying lap. So he will start tail on the field in 14th. There we go. Trying to find my schedule here while we're wrapping this up. So next week we're at Chicagoland. So let's see. We are on week 19. Still 15, 16 races left to go in the season. Next Friday night will be Chicagoland. Week after that, Atlanta. And then on the 17th of July, the half-decent Racing League All-Star race is going to come to you from iRacing Super Speedway. That should be a unique one right there. And then a week after that will be at Indianapolis. So lots of racing action coming your way. Thank you for being here tonight. Well, you're not supposed to hit the wall, Todd. That was... All right, let's get going here. Racing action heading your way in about a minute. We'll get to our timing and scoring. Hopefully they're going to have a full... I bet they don't have a full pace lap, so we'll see where they start here. Oh, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do it now. You don't want to miss any more action coming your way the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, we've got the JWR iRacing trucks at Talladega tomorrow night. Tuesday night, we're back with the Dirty Old Bastards ARCA series.
Okay.
So lots of action coming your way in the next week as we're wrapping up qualifying here at Sonoma.
Well, what's the difference?
Trying to find myself a good map to reference because for some reason, what track map layout are we using here? Because the one I've got does not even show. There we go. Found me a good map. All right, Jesse Singleton is going to take the pole here once again. We go back and look throughout the season. Jesse picked up wins at Nashville. Also picked up the win at Watkins Glen, Talladega, and he picked up his first super speedway win, first road course win of the season at COTA early on. That was in week number 3. So we're going to get going here. Racing action coming your way. And it looks like we're going to line up with about a half a pace lap here. Right here down on the back straightaway. Somewhere around... It looks like they're going to start somewhere around turn number 8A. We got 8 and 8A. We got 3 and 3A. I'll just give them another number. Just pad the numbers. Make it like 14 turns on this racetrack instead of 12. All right, 60 laps of action coming your way. We're going to have stage breaks at, I believe it was 20 and 20, unless they changed that. We got Todd up in the YouTube chat. He can tell me if they decided to do something different. So since it's a short parade lap, we're going to go and get started with our starting grid here. Jesse Singleton on the pole in the 51. Hunter Hughes was the baseball player. Hunter Hughes in second, starting outside of row number 1. Back to row number 2, starting third on the field tonight. It's Matt Dickerson in the 44, your points leader. Jacob Barker in the 12 will start to his outside in 4th. Row number 3, starting on the inside in the 5th starting spot, the 25 is Shane Williams. Right next to him, the rain sponsor, number 22 of Justin Kruger. Back to row number 4, it's the 5 of Charlie Bowling and the 80 of Cliff Adams. Back to row number 5, starting in 9th, the 41 of Colton Gardner and the 83 of Benedict Ringer, and the Denver Broncos sponsored the car tonight. In the 6th row, starting 11th, is Zachary Steele, and in the 19, Connor Hughes. And the final starting row in the 13th starting spot is the 55 of Todd Russ Jr., and then our pace car, Corey Bodeno, in the street stock, but right behind him, starting tag on the field, the number 40 of Matthew Hobbs. That is your 14 cars that will take the green flag here at Sonoma. As we head down into turn number 11 for the first time. See if Singleton can get clear here. See if Hughes can stay with him. Jesse's looked really strong on most of the road course events. Let's see if he can stay up in front of this one. See Corey Bodeno pull off the racetrack. Green flag will come after this next corner. Green flag will fly here at Sonoma. Lap number 1 underway of 60 laps. Jesse Singleton, Hunter Hughes, Jacob Barker. That's your top 3. Hard into the wall. They look like Benedict Ringer. Hard into the wall right there in the first corner. The 83 is going to fall back right up front, though. Look at Hunter Hughes. Hughes up underneath Singleton. They make their way up through the chicane through 3 and 3A. Hunter Hughes in the 18 is going to be out in front. Matthew Hobbs with an off track. You can see him trying to get it gathered back up. An adventurous first lap. Justin Kruger down to the inside of Shane Williams. That's for 5th and 6th. Kruger has the line, but Williams comes back on the outside. Right behind him is Cliff Adams. Hunter Hughes getting a little bit of separation up here. You can see Singleton about 4 or 5 car lengths back. Take a look here at the battle for 3rd and 4th. Barker and Dickerson. Dickerson made some unlikely mistakes, uncharacteristic, however you want to say it, mistakes last week at San Diego, but still held on to the point lead. Right now, Hunter Hughes looking really good right here. He's got a little separation back to Singleton. We make our way into turn number 11 into the hairpin for the first time under green flag conditions. Williams looks to the outside. Looks like Adams was able to get around Charlie Bowling. And it looks like we got an incident with Hobbs here. Hobbs not having a good day so far. Road courses have not been to his liking all season long. He's back here in 14th right now. He's already about 13 seconds back off the leader as we jump in the car here with Hunter Hughes heading up the hill. Heading up through 3 and 3A up into turn number 4. That hard right-hand turn. Singleton right there with him though, so Hunter Hughes does not have a lot of breathing room. One little mistake and Singleton's going to be all over the back of him. A little bit different line there for Jesse. Made a wide sweep into 5 or into 7 there. Pretty well single filed out. We will have the stage at lap 20. Of course, caution. Dickerson with a nice move. Looks up underneath Barker. He's going to try to get 3rd away. Shane Williams going to try to follow along. Barker fights back. They make their way into this right-hand corner. Dickerson has to keep the car pinned right down on the curb. Meatball flag for Matthew Hobbs. He is now finding his way to pit road. Dickerson down to the inside of Barker through turn 11. He is going to make the pass. Kruger is going to come along. He's going to get along past Williams here. So Dickerson around Barker. Kruger around Williams. Williams fighting back on the outside. Or on the inside there and through this corner. Through the left side. We'll just call it left and right. All right, Dickerson's now made his way up into 3rd. Barker falls back to 4th. Williams now on the outside of Barker, trying to make his way around. Kruger falls back. Cliff Adams right there. Cliff did everything he could to win that race. He had it in the bag the last lap at San Diego. Made a mistake at the end, which gave the win to Brendan McHugh. But watch the 80 right here. He's been good on these road courses as well. See if he can find his way through the field. But right now he's mired back there in 7th behind Kruger. Bowling right there behind him as well. So you can see, go back to the front here. Hunter Hughes and Jesse Singleton starting to put a little separation on the rest of the field. Dickerson's about 4.5 seconds back behind Singleton right now. Bowling closing back in on the back of the 80 at Cliff Adams. So we're going to have at least 2 stops in this race. I would assume if we're going to have a caution at 20 and 40, we won't need any other pit stops to be on that. So fuel mileage is not going to come into play. And it looks like we had an incident here with Dickerson. Looks like whatever happened, he's going to keep it going forward. Jump on board with the 29 and Justin Kruger trying to chase down Shane Williams and Jacob Barker. Makes a nice move to the inside. We're basically 3 wide right there. Not a lot of room off of turn number 2. They're actually out for turn 3 to go 3 wide. But they made it work. They get single file back out as they head up the hill up to turn number 4. Jesse Singleton starting to close in on the back of Hunter right there. You can see just a completely different line right there heading into 7 for Singleton. It looks like it gives him a little momentum off the corner, but just not enough to reel in Hunter Hughes. All right, head down into turn number 11 once again. Nice shot as we head through the hairpin. Jesse Singleton is closing in on the back of Hunter Hughes. We are on lap number 3. And that is your gap. 3/4 of a second between first and second right now. And it's a little ways back to Matt Dickerson, about 4 seconds. Actually, it's up to about 5 seconds now, so Dickerson actually losing a little bit of ground. Shane Williams closing up on the back of him. Barker's now falling back to 5th. Adams to 6th. And Kruger still back there in 7th. Where did Charlie Bowling go? Charlie with an incident. He is now falling way back to 13th. Let's see if we can see what happened to Charlie Bowling in the 5. Coming off at turn number 11. It looks like his car's just picked up a little push coming off the corner right there. Let's see what happens here as he heads across the start-finish line up into turn number 1. It just gets loose right there on that sweeping left-hand corner coming to the start-finish line. Does not make a lot of contact with the wall, fortunately. But he has to sit and wait before he can rejoin the field, let everybody go by. He's finally able to back out onto the racetrack. So, unfortunately for Charlie Bolin, he is going to fall back to 13th. And it looks like we may have an off-track here from Justin Kruger. Well, Sharice, thanks for joining up there in the YouTube chat. Appreciate you being here tonight. All right, Hunter Hughes still about 2 or 3 car lengths. We're on lap number 5 of 60. 5 of stage number, first stage of 20. All right, let's see here if we see if anybody joined our webcams tonight. I did not. Looks like just Todd Rush joined us in the webcam tonight. Take a look here in just a moment. Let's see if this is working tonight. Let's see if Todd's on the webcam with us here. There he is. Appreciate you showing the cams with us tonight, Todd. Todd back here in 11th. Got Connor Fuse right there behind him up front, though. It is still the 1800 Hughes. We got an off track there for Connor. It looks like he's got to gather back up. Right across start finish line to complete lap number 6. Back up the hill right here for leader. And looks like Singleton closes way back up on the back of the 18. They're going to make their way up the hill one more time. A lot of elevation changes here at Sonoma. Makes it really challenging. But you can see right here, the 51 of Singleton as they get into turn number 4 right there on the back bumper of Hunter Hughes. Now watch this line here. No track limits here at Sonoma for any of the NASCAR Xfinity Cup or Truck Series. As you can see, Singleton using up a lot of racetrack there to the outside. Battle going on back here for 6th and 7th. Kruger takes a look to the inside of Barker. Well, looks like we have Ringer and Connor Fuse all down pit road. Maybe I'm wrong about the fuel mileage. We'll have to see how that works out. We got Matthew Hobbs and Todd Rush fan up in the YouTube chat. As we see Charlie Bolin in 5. He's back up to 11th right now after spinning around a couple of laps ago. Let's compare our laps right here between our first and second place drivers. And Hunter running a little bit better lap times overall, about on the average of about 0.02 of a second, but there's not much difference at all. And you can see right there Jesse closing right back up on the back of him. They make their way through the chicane here one more time through the S's up into 3 and 3A. Looks like it's going to be a battle here most of the day between Hunter and Singleton. We'll see if they can hang on right there for that top spot. We'll see if once the pit stops start to shake things up. I'd like to see this just go a straight 60 without the stages and let the fuel mileage play out. A little bit different strategy. Singleton getting a little bit loose right there. They head back down the hill through the section of S's. Sonoma's just a lot of momentum track. You just got to keep up with your momentum. There's a lot of corners you can get through a lot faster than you think you can. You can see Hunter and Jesse just showing us that as they're going to make their way down to the hairpin to turn number 11 here on lap number 8. Looks like Todd Rush may have had an incident here. Watch the 55. We're in the car and in his living room or basement or bedroom or den or office, wherever he's at. Dickerson with an incident here shows on my screen, and I need to change my settings here because I'm showing some incidents when I don't know if there really is one or not. All right. Matt Dickerson and Shane Williams doing a good job. They're really not that far back from Singleton. As a matter of fact, let's just go and take a look at the last 5 times. Matt Dickerson a little off the pace from Jesse Singleton, but not by much. Only about a 1/10 and a half. So not making up any ground, but not losing a lot. Let's see if he can get back into the picture when we get back to this first stage break at lap 20. All right, Jacob Barker down here in the 6th spot in the 12 after starting in 4th, fell down a couple of spots. Charlie Bowling, your biggest loser right now, he's down 4 spots after starting in the 7th. He's down to 11th after spinning around. The big mover of the race is Todd Rush. Todd's up 3 spots, started back in 13th, now up to 10th. Hunter Hughes trying to get a little more separation here on Jesse Singleton. He's got a really good pace here in the 18 tonight. The Twitch sponsored number 18. Jesse Singleton's able to gain some ground up right there. Those high-speed corners heading up the hill, and you can see him close right back up on the back of him. So it looks like Hunter's a little better on the back end of the racetrack. Well, Jesse's a little bit quicker here in this first sector. All right, once again, where are we at on the racetrack here? We're going to head into turn number 5, and I just know it's actually it's 7. I know we're in turn 7 when Jesse makes that big wide sweep outside of the white line there. Don Fuse, thanks for being there, rooting on the SMR boys. Here's Barker Gardner and Connor Fuse right there. We got some fans up in the chat. Thanks, John, for joining us. Take a look back here at the 29 of Kruger. Still trying to find a way around Barker. Right there behind him, Colton Gardner in the 41. Alright, it looks like... Let's see here. I think what's happening is that everybody goes down through that hairpin. It's so slow down there. Let's see if we can find out what the lap times are through there so I know where to set my... Let's see who we got coming into the hairpin. So it looks like they're all the way down to about 35 mile an hour down through the hairpin, so that's going to help me get some settings correct. So it quits telling me everybody crashed when they get in there. Alright, battle still up here at front is Hunter Hughes, Jesse Singleton. Jesse right there with him about 3 car lengths back. He's just being patient. I think Jesse might have a little more pace. I think if he could get some clean air in front of the 18, we might see him drive away as you look up the road. There's Benedict Ringer about to go a lap down. Benny got hit the wall early on the first lap at the start of the race, and then he had an early pit stop here, so he's about to go a lap down as we are halfway through stage number 1. We got a 3-car battle going on back here. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's Jacob Barker, Justin Kruger, Colton Gardner. About the closest thing we have to about on the racetrack right now. About a half a second separates these 3. Everybody else pretty well separated out on the racetrack. But up front, let's see where Matt Dickerson right here. Closing in on the back of Jesse Singleton. So Jesse must have had a mistake here. Jesse had an off track. Let's take a look here and see what happened to him. So he's blinking on and off right there, which doesn't help. And he's got Hunter right. He's right up alongside of Hunter there. Jesse having some bad network connections. Gets off the track into the grass right there. does a good job of saving it, but that cost him a lot of ground, and that has allowed Matt Dickerson in the 44 to close up, make up that gap to the 51. You can see it was a few seconds earlier. Now it's about 4 car lengths. And Matt Dickerson hanging on right there. Can he find a way around Singleton? That's going to give Hunter Hughes a lot of breathing room. It was basically with about 4/10 of a second separation between himself and Jesse Singleton, and it's now up to over 2 seconds. We have 8 laps left to go here in stage number 1. We're on lap number 12 of 20 in the first stage. We got 60 laps overall, so 48 laps left to go in this one. Singleton making up some ground in a hurry. He's made up about 1/10 of a second here just through the last few corners. And we anticipated earlier that Jesse might have had a little more pace, but was kind of being held up there from Hunter. We'll see how fast he can reel Hunter Hughes in there, if he can reel him in at all. But right now we take a look at this battle for 6th and 7th again. It's Jacob Barker. Let's see, do I have a, let's see, there's the camera I want. Get up on the roof cam of Kruger looking forward up to the 12 of Barker. They come across the line to start lap number 13. This makes up a lot of ground right there in a hurry. Can he find a way around the 12 of Barker? That is another question. And Colton Gardner right there. So we got a 3-car battle here shaping up for 6th, 7th, and 8th, as we saw earlier as well. Pretty much nose to tail at this point. Let's take a look up to the front. It's still about 2 seconds. So Singleton, after making that mistake, has not made up any ground on the leader. So we're going to get right back here to this battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. As this is starting to shape up right here, starting to heat up. You can see Cliff Adams up the road a little bit. Back behind this group is the 88 of Steele. Charlie Bowling going to find his way down to pit road for a pit stop. So it looks like whatever the fuel mileage was set at, we're not going to be able to make it all the way on the 20 laps. I see drivers starting to come in here. Only a 2-mile racetrack here. I would have thought they could have gone a little bit longer, but we've got drivers starting to come down to get some fuel. You see Bowling coming out of the pits right there as our leaders go by. Charlie's going to go a lap down. Looks like he's going to come out on the racetrack right in front of Singleton between our leaders right here. So let's see where Charlie goes here. After making a mistake, he's going to lose a lap here early. Right now, he would be the first car lap down when we get to the stage. He would get the lucky dog. But keep an eye on the 5. He's got fresh tires on it. Let's see how that plays out. Let's see if he can unlap himself, get by the 18. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Appreciate you joining in. Appreciate the feedback. Make sure you hit the subscribe button out there. Give us a like. Thanks for the kind words. Right now we're looking at Hughes. Who's that up the road? Is that that's Ringer. So Ringer able to stay out in front of the leaders right here, not go a lap down at this point. Fresh tires making a big difference. As you can see, the 5 of Bowling starting to close in on the back of Hunter Hughes. He's going to take a look to the inside as they head down into turn number 11. Is Hughes going to give him the room? No, Hughes is going to come down and block off the spot. But he opens up the bottom of the racetrack. That lets Bowling get by. So Charlie Bowling going to unlap himself right here before we get to the stage. And Singleton now within about 1.2 seconds now of the leader. He's closed in about 7/10 of a second from where he was a little bit ago. Matt Dickerson starting to fall back off a little bit. Shane Williams in the 4 spot, closing in on the back of the 44. All right, let's get back to this battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. It looks like they've separated out just a little bit. Barker was able to get a couple car lengths in front of Kruger. All right, so let's see where these pit stops start falling into play. We've had a couple drivers already pit. Benedict Ringer came down. Charlie Bowling just came out of the pits. Let's take a look here at Todd Rush. Todd back here in the 10th spot, looking for a top 10 finish tonight. Oh, Barker's going to get loose off the corner right there. Gardner gets loose right there behind him, so Kruger really didn't lose any ground. Still trying to reel in the 12 of Barker. I'll keep watching up. I see Jesse Singleton keeps blinking on and off, and he is closing in on the back of Hunter Hughes. Let's take a look at our lap times here. So this is not... All right, here's what my problem is. These should be green on the right, so you can see the last three laps is if you look at the times, it's actually been quicker. The last couple laps about an average of 4/10, 5/10 of a second. Caution is going to come out as we come around the race. Is that the caution flag coming out? What's the caution for? We have a yellow flag. I guess they changed the stages on. Didn't tell me. So the first stage must have been here at lap 16. We have to thank race control for their communication to us in the tower. So I didn't see anybody crash. So I'm assuming that is going to be this end of stage number 1. Connor Fuse is the first car lap down, but I think Connor might be out of this race. It looks like Connor and Matthew Hobbs are both out of this race, so we started with 14, we're down to 12. All right, so let's see how this works out. We pitted here at 16, so we saw Charlie and Ringer both pit. They pitted back on, so Charlie pitted on lap 12, Benedict pitted back on lap 6. So a little early pit stop there for Charlie, but his strategy might work out for him if everybody else pits in front of him here, and he's got a long way to go around to catch up to the field. As he is just now making his way through turns 11, just across the start-finish line, with the rest of the field's coming down through 8 and 9 here. So let's see if the pit stop's open this time by. As we have the Corey Bodeno. Let's take a look here at Corey, our pace car in the street stock Camaro, choose cone car as we call it. I don't know if it's going to make too big a difference here today, but on the start finish line, I think you want to be on the inside through turn 1. So we'll see how this plays out once we get our pit stops completed. As we're looking, it looks like Todd Rush is going to make his way back up to the back of the field here in the 55. Let's see where Charlie. Let's see, Todd's going to come down pit road. Looks like everybody coming down pit road. Now, the pit road was open as they came by this time. All right, so let's see here now. Everybody coming down pit road. Let's see where they can see who can get in and out of the pits the quickest. I don't know why I was stumbling with that one, but. Hunter Hughes is going to come down with the lead. Singleton was going to pit right in front of him. So Jesse Singleton started on the pole. This has pit stop number 1. Boland stays out on the racetrack just as we anticipated. Charlie Boland's going to have the lead when we go back to Green Flag Racing. It looks like everybody going to take 4 tires. Hughes is going to get out of the pits first. He will beat Singleton out, and then it's going to be Matt Dickerson and Shane Williams making their way off of pit road. Cliff Adams, Jacob Barker, Justin Kruger, Colton Gardner, Zachary Steele, Todd Rush now making his way off pit road in the 55, and then it's going to be Benedict Ringer. So it looks like Ringer needed to pit one more time. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in just a minute. Right now, we're going to go get ready to start stage number 2. Charlie Boling, Hunter Hughes, Jesse Singleton, Matt Dickerson, Shane Williams. That's your top 5. We'll be right back.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief. Your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief, you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, we're back to live action as we can make our way around for our last pace lap. We're going to get ready to start stage number 2. We got about a half a lap left to go. Let's see if we can find anybody to chat with here. Hey, Charlie, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there? All right, hang on just a second. Let me change some settings here so the rest of the world can hear you. All right, how about now?
I got you.
All right, brother. A little bit different strategy there paid out for you. You're going to have the lead here. We start stage number 2. How you feeling keeping the tires up underneath of you? Was that planned, or did it just kind of come to you halfway through that first stint?
I mean, that's just the way I do it on road courses. I have a habit of flipping the stages, try to get track position, especially if I do something stupid and spin it out there right there at the start-finish line. So it was kind of a guarantee to do it at that point, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. Tires didn't feel too bad before that pit stop, so should be good.
We didn't get any early information about fuel mileage. I'm assuming the last stint we may have to have a green flag stop.
Do the math. No.
All
If we
right.
pit at the end of the second stage, we'll be able to make it to the end of the race.
All right.
We get about 37, 38 laps on fuel.
All right, brother. Well, good luck the rest of this thing. You got some hot rods behind you, so keep it straight. Keep the tires underneath you. Good luck.
I got you. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, you bet. All right, that's your leader right now, Charlie Bowling. We're going to go back to green flag race, and we're going to come off at turn, which we're at in turn 11 here real quick. I'll take that nice slow turn through the left. What do we got up here? Oops, I wrecked the cone car. Everybody wrecks the cone car at least once. All right, Hunter Hughes is going to be up alongside of Bowling. Bowling decided to start on the outside here as they hit through 1 and 2. Let's see how this works out for him. Green flag will fly. Barney with the green flag in his hand, and we are back to racing here at Sonoma for the Half Decent Racing League. Charlie not able to get a great start. Hunter's is good. Hunter, oh, around goes Charlie. Charlie's going to lose it. Basically the same place he did earlier on in this race. Unfortunately, had some good strategy there. Started out front for the second stage, but a mistake right there. I did not see any contact. We'll go back here and take a quick look at it once we get settled into this first lap. But right now it's Hunter Hughes back out in front. Singleton, here comes Barker to the inside of Adams. They're side by side up the hill. Barker's now going to move himself back up into 5th. Shane Williams up the road in the 4th spot. Side by side still. Adams with a good move down to the bottom of the racetrack. Adams going to take over the 5th spot. Cliff led a lot of laps last week at San Diego. He's trying to get back to the front. He's back in the top 5. Then it's Barker, Kruger, Colton Gardner still. Those three have been together for most of this race. And Zach Steele and Benedict Ringer. All right, up front once again, it's the 18 at Hunter Hughes, Jesse Singleton. It's pretty much been the way it was since the drop of the green flag, except for short pace yellow lap there with Charlie Bowling leading the race. And it looks like Barker, who's a Kruger, actually off the racetrack at one point. Side by side through the turn number 11, Gardner on the bottom. Barker's losing some spots. Here comes Zach Steele by him as well. So Barker did not get through turn 11 very well right there. He's going to lose a couple of spots. He's now back to 8th. He's lost 4 spots since the start of this race. So let's go back and look at that restart and see just what happened to Charlie Bowling. He's here on the outside of Hughes. And just back of the car just breaks loose on him right there. Does a good job of not hitting anything, and everybody else around him does a good job of not getting into the back of the 5. But unfortunate there for Charlie as we talked to him during the caution. Made a great strategy move, got himself out in front, but that is going to put him back to the back. We'll see if he tries to do the same thing here towards the end of this stage, which I'm assuming is going to be at lap 32. All right, Singleton once again trying to reel in the 18 of Hughes. Dickerson back there in 3rd, Shane Williams in 4th. That's where they've been for most of the day, but look at him, got a new driver in the top 5. It's the 80 of Cliff Adams. He's going to work his way into a top 5 battle, but he's got Justin Kruger all over the back of him. It's Colton Gardner, Jacob Barker, Zach Steele's doing a good job. He's up to 9th. He's got himself into the top 10. Bringer back into the top 10 as well. Bowling going to find his way around his CZ Motorsports teammate. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the CZ Motorsports team of Zach Steele, Charlie Bowling, and Todd Russ running 9th, 10th, and 11th right now. Actually, Hunter, I remember what team Hunter is on. Maybe he's on there with the Blue Ridge Racing, so I don't have him. He won't show up here on the team. I think I don't have it entered in there, but Hunter is by himself right there. All right, see, we got a battle on the racetrack. Singleton starting to close in. Lincoln on and off once again. And actually, Matt Dickerson's starting to close in on the back of this group. Can he make up any more ground? He's right there. About towards the end. He's about a second and a half back with Singleton. Doing a better job of hanging on to the top two. Much better job than he did earlier. And now we can go back and we can take a look as I fix this here. Take a look at the teammates here of Hunter Hughes, Blue Ridge Racing with Hunter Hughes, Colton Gardner, Jacob Barker down there in 8th, Connor Fusion 13th. So 3 drivers in the top 10 right now for Blue Ridge Racing. All right, Singleton trying everything he can to close in on the back of the 18. He's right there once again, about a car width, about car length, car width. The width of a car, the length of a car. He's right there behind the 18. Getting a little bit loose off the corner, trying everything he can to find an advantage somewhere to get around Hunter Hughes. Jesse Singleton's not somebody that likes to run second. If he can get out in front of the thing, he's going to do it. Once again, taking that wide sweep. Look at Matt Dickerson. Matt's found some pace. He is now closed in on the back of this battle. We're about ready to have a 3-car battle for the lead. Looking back here a little further, Justin Kruger is still trying to reel in the 80 of Adams. This is for 5th. We're going to keep an eye up front right now. Jesse Singleton in the 51, the diesel smoke number 51, trying to reel in the 18 of Hunter Hughes. Down into the hairpin at turn 11. Jesse takes a little bit wider angle right there. I would have thought that would have given him a little more pace off the corner, but actually lost some ground right there to Hunter. It looks like we got an off track there from Todd Rush. It looks like he's going to get it gathered back up. Jump back on board here with Jesse Singleton as we head up the hill through turn number 2, up to 3. Jesse's been pretty strong in this part of the racetrack. Hunter is driving the wheels off that 18, looking to pick up, I believe that would be his first victory of the season if he can hang on. I don't want to jinx him. Scrolling through the results, Hunter has not picked up a win this season. This would be his first victory if he can hang on to this. But he is getting a lot of pressure from one of the road course specialists here at Half Decent Racing League, Jesse Singleton, all over the back of the 18. If I'm Hunter, I'd just turn the mirror down right now, not even bother with it, just keep a look out the front windshield. And Jesse is driving the wheels off that thing. Let's see if he can keep the back tires underneath of it for another, I'm assuming 10 more laps. And he's going to grip right up on the back. He gets loose, getting into 11. Had to get on the brakes hard to keep him get into the back of the 18. Here comes Matt Dickerson for a second. They're side by side up to the start-finish line here to start lap number 24. Dickerson on the outside. Now Jesse back to the bottom of the racetrack. So a mistake from Jesse Singleton through the hairpin allows Dickerson to get up alongside. But Jesse Singleton makes a good recovery. He's going to get back up at a second, but that's going to allow Hunter Hughes to get away for almost 2 seconds, about 1.6 seconds now. So this is the second time Singleton's made a little bit of a mistake, giving Hunter Hughes some breathing room. Let's see if he can reel him back in like he did last time. All right, take a look at the 5 of Charlie Bowling. Charlie, after that mistake, is now reeled in the 83 of Benedict Ringer. This is for 10th. So he's made up a lot of ground right now. So Charlie with some good laps. As a matter of fact, let's just take a look at the 5 fastest laps last time around. It was Dickerson with a 1986. Shane Williams, Justin Kruger, Hunter Hughes, Cliff Adams. That top 5 there for the fastest lap the last time by. Take a look at this battle here for 10th. Charlie Bowling is caught. I don't know who's that on the back of the. What face is on the back of the 83? Not quite sure, but you can see Charlie right here trying to find a way around the 83. See if he gets a run down into 11. Not close enough to make a move unless Ringer can't hold the bottom of the racetrack. And he's going to move up a little bit, but that's not quite enough. Charlie made up a little bit of a distance, but not able to get up alongside. Back up to the front. It's now about 2.5 seconds between first and second. Like the closest battle we have on the racetrack right now is this battle for 10th with Ringer and Bowling. A little off track there for Kruger. Looks like he's got it back onto the pavement. All right, we're going to keep an eye on this. Charlie started in first at the beginning of this stage. Mistake there on the first lap, falling back here fell all the way back to 13th at one point. He's now back up to, fell back to 12th. He's now back up to 11th. We've only got 12 cars left on the racetrack, and it's not too far up the road to his teammate Zach Steele and Jacob Barker. So I'm assuming we're going to see these drivers pit here. Let me see where we're at. Anybody that's going to short pit, I'm assuming it's going to be within about the next 5 to 6 laps. Matt Dickerson looked to struggle during that first stint of the race, but found some pace right here. He's hanging onto the back of the 51. And Ringer with an incident. Ringer's going to go around the 83, getting it gathered back up. We'll go back and take a quick look here and see what happened. He was fighting it out with Charlie Bowling there for that 10th spot. Here comes Todd Rush looking to get by as well. So Ringer's going to go around and down there in turn number 11. He's going to lose a couple of spots. Bowling and Rush both going to go by. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened to Ringer. And just going to lose the back of the car right there, but he's going to keep it going straight. I think whatever happened down here in the hairpin. Charlie's quite a ways back here. And he just gets in too deep, just loses the back of the car, spins it around. Good job not making any contact with anything once again, but he's going to get it gathered back up. He's going to lose a couple of spots. So that is your DRSN replay brought to you by AI Chief. As we're back up front here with Hunter Hughes. And that gap has started to close in about 1.7. It was over 2. It's now about 2nd and 3/4. But Matt Dickerson is all over the back of Singleton now for 2nd. All right, take a look back here at Colton Gardner. He has got the 80 at Cliff Adams right in front of him there, trying to find his way around Cliff for 6th. Cliff not showing quite the pace here at Sonoma as he had last week at San Diego. Battled for the lead for the win last week. Right now trying to get himself into the top 5. All right, still up front. It's now down to a 2.5 seconds. Singleton's cut a couple more tenths off of it the last lap or so. Shane Williams right there, top four, only about 3.5 seconds away, separated between first to 4th right now. Shane Williams doing a good job back there in the 4th spot. He's shown some good pace this season on the road courses as well. All right, we're about to have a 3-car battle. Jesse Singleton reeling in Hunter Hughes. Matt Dickerson not letting go of the back bumper. And here comes Shane Williams. Shane looks to be the fastest car on the racetrack right now, as he is also closing in on this pack. Let's take a look here at the lap times. The Shane and the leader. And you can see the last 3 laps, even though, I mean, the last 4 out of the last 5 laps has been faster. Overall, it's been about 2.5 tenths faster per lap. So Shane Williams trying to make up some ground. As they were separated out early in this race, everybody getting together here in the top 4. We're going to come up closing stages here of stage number 2. And it's going to be a surprise to both of us when the yellow comes out. I'm assuming it's lap 32, but I'm not quite sure. Singleton now. You can see the distance. You can see the eyeball test. It's 2-3 car lengths away from the 18. The 44 right there as well. Jesse has been quick at every single road race we've been at. He is looking good here tonight, but he's got his hands full trying to catch the 1800 Hughes. And it looks like Charlie Bowen is going to make his pit stop. He comes in and pits here early as we expected. Ringer also coming down pit road. Let's see how that works out for him this time. If he can get in and out of the pit short pit again, they'll get him up on the front to restart. It's our final stage. But he's, as we saw in that last restart, a little bit older tires did not pay off well for him. We'll keep an eye on the 5 and the 83 here on the next restart as we pitted here on lap. Let's see, they pitted here on lap 27. About where we anticipated if they were going to short pit. That's about where I thought they'd pit. They wanted to try to pit before anybody else did. Good crowd here at Sonoma. They love their cup racing here in the wine country. We got top three right there together. See, Hunter Hughes makes a mistake right now at this point. He's going to fourth. Not usually you see this close to racing with this many cars up here at the front of the field. Usually a couple drivers will find their way out in front, get separated, as we saw last week. But right now, we've got 4 drivers up here battling out for the lead. We're going to come down through the hairpin one more time to come around to start lap number 30 of 60. That'll be our halfway point. Well, it'll be the beginning of the halfway point. Matt Dickerson's doing a good job getting into turn number 11. He closed right in on the back of the 51 of Singleton. And look at Shane Williams. Shane definitely the fastest car on the track. Just eyeball test anyway. I don't have the numbers in front of me. And Singleton once again going to close in on the back of Hughes. Up the road a little bit as Ringer after just making a pit stop. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. We got Hughes and Singleton. Jesse, once again, you can see he opened up that inside line. If Matt's close enough, he might try to stick a nose in there one of these times, but Jesse's just been doing that this entire race. Just running a little wide right there, gives him a little bit different line through the corner. So we can see right now Hunter Hughes doing everything he can to cover off Jesse Singleton. Jesse takes a look to the inside into turn number 11. Gets on the binders. Dickerson's going to lock it up. That's going to open up the inside for that third spot for Williams. Williams up alongside of the 44. He breaks it loose off the corner. We're going to come across the line. Start lap number 31. That is going to be the stage. So they're going to call the stage right there at 31. Man, it was starting to get spicy. I'd like to just see this going the rest of the way at that point. Really didn't need a competition caution right there. I mean, we had top 4 all over top of each other. So that is going to allow Charlie Bowen and Benedict Ringer. They will start in the top 2 spots here on this restart if they don't come in and pit. Now, we heard Charlie earlier, and he was anticipating that they could go the rest of the way from here. So we are 30 of 30. I'm assuming it's going to be a couple laps. We'll probably get back to racing with about 27 or 28 laps left to go. Alright, so as they're going to come back, they got a little ways to go before they get down to the pit stop. We're going to step away again for just a moment, get a drink real quick. We'll be right back.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and a ton more to keep up with all your favorite drivers from start to finish, from country to country. and pull your standings directly from SimRacer Hub. Join all of our elite broadcasting partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
All right, we're back live. Collateral Damage Sports Network does a lot of these fancy overlays and graphics you're seeing on the screen. If you have SDK and you're looking for some help with your SDK project file or different overlays, different graphics, check out my buddy Shane Cochran over Collateral Damage Sports Network. He'll get you helping out. He'll get you all hooked up. All right, pit stop's gonna. It looks like where'd Ringer go? Ringer's still trying to catch up to the field right here. Let's see if he's even gonna make his way past the leaders as they're pitting. So Benedict Ringer pitted early, and he is going to get clear of the drivers down pit road. He's going to move up into second. So Charlie going to try the strategy one more time. It looks like most of our drivers are going to make their way out pit road. Hughes will win the battle one more time. Singleton right there behind him. Matt Dickerson, Shane Williams, Cliff Adams, and Justin Kruger. Let's see if we can find Matt Dickerson here. Hey, Matt, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Got you, man.
All right. Well, man, you look like you found some pace here, but it looks like a couple drivers going to stay out there on the racetrack. What do you expect in here when we go back to green flag?
Yeah, I mean, I think I figured something out. It's kind of a, just trying to set a pace and then figure out when to go. It's kind of like what it is. Trying to save some rear tire. But, this run is really going to matter because it's going to be 30 laps. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm guessing these front two probably pitted a couple laps before the stage. So.
Yeah, Charlie and I'm not giving up any secrets now, but Charlie and
it's all good.
Charlie and Benny both pitted about 4 laps earlier. So.
Yeah, so they might be able to hang on a little bit, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to flip the stage and have to run another 30. So we'll see what happens, man, because it's definitely sliding around.
Yeah, well, you looked a little quicker there on the second stage than you were in the first, so you definitely did appear on our side that you found something as well. So you think you have anything for Hunter or Jesse before this thing's over with?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's about, like I said, about saving them rear tires and then, figuring out when to push it.
All right, brother.
That's what's been going on for me, so we'll see what happens.
All right, man. I know you're getting back to golden green flag, so we'll let you get out of here. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
You bet. All right. Matt Dickerson, Vortex Motorsports, is back here in 5th right now. He's been running up in the top 3 most of the last section of after stage 2 anyway. And let's see, he's going to be in 5th right now. Looks like we're going to go around one more time here. I thought we were going green there. I wouldn't have cut off the interview so short. But right now, it's going to be Charlie Bowen and Benedict Ringer out in front. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Where are we at? We are at... we got 32 down. We're going to come across, take the green flag with about 27 laps left to go. I believe everybody can make it on fuel. I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's going to be, can you keep the tires up underneath of it? And as we've seen, the 51 is Singleton. Jesse pushing really hard. Let's see, can we find Jesse? Is Jesse out here in the chat anywhere? We can find him. I don't see him in the Discord. We're going to go around another lap. Let's see if we can get Todd in here with us. Hey, Todd, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Well, how you feeling out there, man? It looks like you're kind of maintaining your pace right there. You're running up in the top, close to the top 10. How's it feeling for the rest of the way out?
Hey, man, I got 2 stage points out of this race. I couldn't be happier.
Stage points will come into play at the end of the season, I'm sure. But we got 20. I think we're going to have about 27 laps left to go when we go back to green flag racing. Can we make it the rest of the way on fuel here?
Yes, sir. I got about 31 laps of fuel left here, so we're good to go all the way to the end.
All right, man. Well, I see you've got right around you got Jacob and Colton right around, a couple of good drivers. If you can tag along to one of those guys and follow them to the front here, maybe you got a chance to get a good top 5 finish tonight.
I'm just gonna try to survive and see where we end up. Those 2 stage points really helped me. I think I needed like 2 or 3 points to get back into the chase. So We'll see how it goes.
Well, good job getting the stage points. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks again for sharing the webcam. We got you on the screen, by the way, for everybody. But you're the only one that shared the cam with us tonight, so you're the lone camera guy.
I got you, man. I'll be doing it every week. I enjoy it.
All right, brother. Well, good luck out there. Keep it in one piece. Keep it going forward, and we're going to talk to you afterwards.
Sounds good. Thank you, buddy.
Bet. All right, Todd Rush, CZ Motorsports running back there right now in 12th. We are going to go back to green flag action. This time we're going to make our way through turn number 11 through the hairpin. Side by side, Bowling and Ringer up front, both on about 4 or 5 lap older tires. Let's see how this shakes out. It did not fare well for Charlie last time. Let's see if he can keep it going forward this restart here. We're going to have 27 laps to go when we take the green flag. Going to make our way through turn number 12. Across the start-finish line one more time. Charlie gets a little better start, gets some separation right here. Last time he made a mistake right here in turn number 1. Looks like he's going to keep it going forward this time, so gets a good jump. He's about 5 or 6 car lengths out in front of Hunter Hughes. Jesse Singleton and Ringer not getting a great start. He can lose a couple of spots in a hurry. Williams right there behind him, as Williams is going to make his way around Dickerson, so they're going to swap spots here. So Charlie Bowling out in front, but he has got Hunter Hughes already in the back. We got cars around. Looks like Kruger around. Dickerson's going to go around. Matt Dickerson going to get it gathered back up, but Kruger just now getting going. We'll go back and take a quick look at that when we get a chance, but I think we're going to have a battle up front here in a moment. Right now it's Charlie Bowling, Hunter Hughes right there on the back bumper. Can Charlie hold off the 18 and the 51? They have been quick all day long. And it looks like Ringer was able to get back around Shane Williams right there. So Ringer now in 4th, Williams back to 5th. We're going to keep an eye on this battle up front. So we make our way down to turn number 11. Charlie's been quick. A couple mistakes here has cost him, but he's got himself back out in front with a little bit different pit strategy. But he has got 2 good hot rods right there behind him. Can he hang on? And how long can he hang on for? Let's go back and see what happened to Matt Dickerson and Justin Kruger on that restart. We got Justin. Let me see. We got Justin down here on the inside. Matt right there as they come up the hill. That looked like... So let's just take a look from Justin. Just a touch of contact there on the left rear. It wasn't much, but it was enough to turn the 44 around. We get back up front here to live action with Charlie Bowling, Hunter Hughes, Jesse Singleton. Singleton going to take a look to the inside of Hughes. Hughes blocks off the line right there. Singleton has to settle back into 3rd. Ringer now closing in on this group. So we talked to Matt Dickerson during the caution flag. He is now all the way back in the 11th. He felt like he had a really good car, a chance to win this thing, but he is now mired back to 11th after getting turned around down there on that restart. And what happened to, as I was looking at everything else, what happened to Hughes? Hughes goes off the track. He is now back here in 10th. Let's see what happened here to Hunter Hughes. We got Matt Singleton right there behind him. Is there any contact here? It looks like, oh, Hunter just got loose right there off the corner, spins it around, keeps it off the tires and off the concrete, but out in the grass. Going to drive through the cones right there. So a mistake there for Hunter Hughes. First mistake we've seen out of the 18. And that is going to put him back to 9th. So right now the battle's between Charlie Bowling and Jesse Singleton. And Jesse's been looked to be one of the faster cars for sure all day long. If he can find his way around the 5, I got a feeling he's going to set sail. Charlie pushes a little wide right there, opens up the bottom of the racetrack. Going to move back over. They're going to bump a little bit down where we at on the racetrack through turns number 7. Side by side, Charlie back on the bottom. Jesse's going to fall back behind him. I think Jesse's going to play the smart move right there. He's going to back off. He knows Charlie's on older tires. Charlie makes another mistake down in the grass. That opens up the bottom of the racetrack. That's Jesse alongside. They're going to beat doors one more time. Heading down through turn number 10. And Bowling pushing really hard into 11. Watch Jesse's going to go to the outside right here. Watch him take a look to the inside. He's going to try to cross him over. And Charlie does a good job getting on the brakes really hard. Keeps it on the bottom of the racetrack. Does not open up the inside to allow Jesse Singleton to cross him over right there. So pretty aggressive up here. Charlie doing everything he can to hang on to the lead. I think Jesse is the faster car out of the two. If he just has some patience right here, and I think that's what he's going to do here. He's going to just kind of wait back here, kind of wait for his opportunity. He doesn't want to get crashed out of this race. They don't want to get together. They've already been beating doors a little bit here between the 5 and the 51. Take a look one more time here as Jesse closes in on the back of the 5 through turn number 4. And right here is where Jesse got up alongside him last time in 5. One more time, or excuse me, 7 they called. They go from 4 to 7, I don't know why. On my map anyway, I'm not sure if that's real or not, but that's the way I'm calling it. We're watching in the back. Hunter Hughes now made his way up to 7th, so Hunter, after making a mistake, trying to get back through the field. He was able to get around Dickerson. He's now gotten around Zach Steele and Colton Gardner. He's now back up to 7th. So let's jump back up front because I got a feeling we're going to have some action here as we head down into the hairpin. Jesse actually dropped back a little bit. Justin Kruger rolling off track. And looks like he has got some heavy damage. So Justin Kruger looks like he's going to have to jump to the pits here. A meatball flag for the 29. I'll take a look at that here in a minute. I don't really want to jump away from here because I think we're going to have some action here up front here real soon. Jesse Singleton closing in once again on the back of 5. Charlie going a little further back. You can see Benedict Ringer, Shane Williams, and Cliff Adams back up to 5th. And it's Jacob Barker and Hunter Hughes. You know Hunter's wishing for a full course caution somewhere. All right, let's see if Jesse has anything. Charlie way wide right there. Coming off of 4. That really is going to let Jesse make up some ground. Jesse back to the outside. Going to try to cross under right here. He's going to get up alongside. No, he's going to tuck back behind him. Right on the back of the 5. We're going to ride along here on the hood cam of the 51. Down the hill through this little sweeping sections through 9 and 10. Then we get into the hairpin into 11. So Charlie was pretty quick in that section right there. But you can see Jesse sliding that car through 10, trying to make up some ground. He wants to get up alongside of the 5 here in turn number 11. Looks to the inside right there. Going to give the 5 a little bit of a bump, let him know he's there. Just kind of rattle his cage a little bit. I don't think he even was trying to hit him hard enough to move him. But he's definitely going to give him a little bit of a tap right there through 11. Charlie's just got to keep his composure. Keep doing what he's doing. He's doing a good job right now of holding off the 51. Jesse's definitely the faster of the 2. But it doesn't matter if you're faster if you can't find a way around. The 5 and the 51 going at it. We've got 22 more laps left to go in this race. That's going to be a long time to hold off that hard charging Jesse Singleton right there. Charlie wide right there again one more time. That is going to allow Jesse to close up on the back of him. And once again, we've seen this different line through turn 7 all day long for Jesse Singleton. It's really paying off as he closes in on the back of Charlie right there. Down to these sweeping S's down the hill. And Charlie going to get loose right there. It did not look like any contact from that first angle. He's going to hit that tire barrier. Let's see if he can get it going where he comes back out on the racetrack. We'll take a look at it here in a minute. But it looked like there was a little separation between the 2. That's smoke coming out of the back of the 5 car. It looks like it is. He may have blown that thing up. So Charlie was doing a good job of hanging on to the lead, but it looks some heavy smoke coming out of the back of the 5 as he's going to have to dive down pit road. So let's take a quick look at that here and see just what happened. See if we can find a good angle. So we'll look back here to the 51. That's not a great angle. Let's see if we can find something that's... There we go. This will give us a good shot here. Boy, you know, it looks like he was close enough. I don't know if there was any contact there or not. I mean, the nose... Let me see here. As we look at the nose cam here of Singleton, it looks like there might have just been a little tap right there coming down through that ass corner. But it looked like... I mean, through that section right there, I don't think Jesse really expected Charlie to lift a little bit right there if he got into the back of him. But unfortunately for Charlie Bolin, he is going to get him back. Let me see, is he back on the racetrack? He is back on the racetrack, but he's way down here in 12th. But we are now separated out pretty much everywhere on the racetrack. Cliff Adams right here behind Shane Williams. This is for 3rd and 4th. Ringer right there up the road in 2nd. But right now, it's all Jesse Singleton. He's about four seconds out in front. We'll go back and take a look at that action here one more time. Let's see if we can find a chase cam or something here. So here from the blimp, they're coming down through this high-speed S's down this long back straightaway. And Jesse just had a great run. He definitely made some contact right there with the back of the 5. And Charlie just not able to get stopped soon enough. He gets into the tire barrier. All right, so Jesse Singleton now 4.5 seconds out in front. Ringer, Williams, Adams, Barker. Right there behind him is the 18 and Hunter Hughes. So Hunter doing a good job. Made his way back up to 6 after spinning around and falling all the way back to 12. Looks like we may have lost the 29 at Kruger. No, he's still out on the racetrack, but he's down there in 12th, a lap down. Let's watch Hunter Hughes in the 18. Can he find a way around Barker here for 5th? Right now, at this point, it looks like the 18 is about the only driver that can challenge our leader, but he's got a long way to go to get up there. Right now, he's about 8.5 seconds back, or about 7.5 seconds back. And he's going to find his way around to the inside of Barker, and Dickerson's going to follow him through. But Matt Dickerson just following the 18 through the field, but here comes Barker back to the inside as they head through 12. Matt Dickerson tried to follow the 18 of Hunter Hughes by the 12 of Barker, but just not able to get up there alongside him. So right now, Hughes back to 5th. Dickerson's back up to the 7th. Both these drivers losing a lot of ground. When we went back to green flag racing, they were started up in the front of this thing, and now they're back trying to find their way through the middle of the pack here. All right, Barker with a little bit of an off track. That's going to let Dickerson get up alongside him. So Matt Dickerson going to move back up to 6th. This is the battle we're going to keep an eye on here. Up the road a little bit further, it's 83 of Benedict Ringer, Shane Williams right there behind him. Your top 5 right now, Jesse Singleton, Benedict Ringer, Shane Williams, Cliff Adams, and Hunter Hughes. Let's take a look at our biggest gainers of the race right now. Ringer up 8, Adams up 4. As we look at the screen, we can see Williams taking a look to the inside of Ringer. He is going to get the move made in turn number 11. The 25 now back up into 2nd. Ringer falls back to 3rd. So Shane Williams, he has got 5.2 seconds up the road. If he is going to try to reel in our leader, we'll keep an eye on that gap right now. But right now, Jesse Singleton over 5 seconds out in front. Hunter Hughes still trying to make his way through the field. He's back here in 5th, but he has got the 80 at Cliff Adams right there in front of him, and then a little further up the road is the 83 at Ringer. Adams gets loose right there. Barker off the racetrack again. You saw the cloud of dust kick up from the 12. And here comes Zach Steele closing in on the back of the 12 right there. Let's keep an eye on this battle for 4th. Boy, Hunter really had some good pace. That one mistake really cost him. But he'd be up there fighting for the lead right now. It's just a great shot down the hill right here, down to turn number all the way down to 11 through the hairpin section. Watch Hunter Hughes. Is he going to take a look to the inside of Adams? He's not really, doesn't think he's close enough to him right here. He's about 5 or 6 car lengths back. Cliff can hold the bottom of the corner right here, but Hughes gets in a little deeper right there. You can see if he can just get the drive from the center off right there, but not able to close in on the back of the 80. Matter of fact, can both get a little bit loose coming off the corner. So let's take a look up front here. Your gap between 1st and 2nd place about 5.5 seconds now, as Jesse's just kind of driving off away from our 2nd place driver in the 25 is Shane Williams. Jesse's still pushing hard. You can see him getting loose right there off the corner. So it's great Revolution Motorsports right now. Jesse Singleton out in front. Ohio Simpson to get Shane Williams in second. Thought I saw Jesse get a little loose right there as I started to switch to cam. All right, let's look a little further back. Cliff Adams now back here in fourth. Ringer right there in front of Hughes. We got a 3-car battle here for third, fourth, and fifth. 17 laps left to go out of the 60, 43 down. This is the closest battle we have on the racetrack right now. A little further back is the 44 of Dickerson. I like that shot right there, looking through the hairpin. You can see all 4 of these drivers right there. A little further up the road is the 25 of Williams. And Ringer got a little bit loose there off the corner. That allowed Adams to close in a little bit, but just not enough to make a pass. Jacob Barker incident here. See where he's at. He's back going here, it looks like. All right, Cliff Adams got his hands full. He's trying to find any way around the 83 of Ringer, and he gets loose off the corner. Hunter Hughes all over the back of him, though. So as Adams is trying to find a way up into the podium spot around Ringer, he has got his hands full looking up in the mirror of the 18 right now. Adams takes a look to the inside, not able to get up alongside for third. 4 drivers all fighting it out for the last podium spot. Hughes right there on the back of the 80 of Adams. Let's see if he can find a line as they head down the hill. Can he get up alongside of Cliff Adams into the hairpin? We've seen a lot of passes happen down here today. He takes a peek to the inside, but he's not quite there. Let's see if he can pressure Cliff into a mistake. As Cliff has to get on the brakes pretty hard right there, not to run in the back of the 83, but that did not allow Hunter Hughes to get up alongside of him at all. Matter of fact, he lost a couple of car lengths as they came off that corner. Come across the line, 15 laps left to go. Jesse Singleton just stretching his lead out. It's now over 7 seconds back to Shane Williams. Our battle on the racetrack is right here. Ringer, Adams, Hughes, and Dickerson. And Dickerson's dropped back a little bit here off this fight. I know Matt, he's trying everything he can to stay right there on the back bumper of the 18 because he can follow him through there. Once Hunter makes a move on somebody, opens up the line, the 44 might be able to follow him through. And Hughes gets loose again right there. Big mistake, just about gets sideways, and here comes Adams to the inside. Adams alongside of Ringer, coming off of turn number 7. He is going to get the pass. Oh, contact right there. Ringer's going to get into the left rear quarter. Is going to turn the 80 of Adams around. And Cliff had made a good move to get around Benedict Ringer for third. Ringer got into the left rear quarter, turned him around. That allowed Hunter Hughes and Dickerson to get by him. Looks like we got a meatball flag from Todd Rush, so Todd Rush with a mistake. He is going to have to limp his way back to the pits. But Cliff Adams got up alongside a Ringer right there. They get together, turns the 80 around. That allows Hunter Hughes and Matt Dickerson to clear both of them right there. Then out to third and fourth. Ringer back to fifth. Adams back to sixth. Let's go back and take a quick look at that. So you can see Adams gets up along the inside of the 83 and Ringer right here. This is in turn 7. And Ringer just opened up the inside to him. Adams right there. And as it's hard to come into the next corner, Ringer's trying to stay up alongside him. He got that inside line into 6, or into 8, actually. And he's trying to stay right there with him. Let's see if we can find a little bit different camera here. And watch him right here. I think Cliff thinks he's got him cleared. He starts to come down to the bottom. Ringer's still right there fighting for that inside line. They both basically trying to fight for the same position on the racetrack. I'm assuming Adams felt pretty confident at that point that once he got clear of Ringer, that Ringer was going to leave the bottom of it. Just kind of let him have the inside line right there into the corner. But unfortunately, Adams going to go around. That's going to drop him down to 6th. So here's our battle for third. Hunter Hughes locks it up right there into 11. Dickerson not able to... Oh, gets loose off the corner right there. That's going to let Dickerson get alongside as they head into 12. So Hunter pushing really hard right there to hang on to that last podium spot, but he is going to lose third to Matt Dickerson. So Matt right back where he was at the end of stage number 2 after going around early on in this final stage. Now back up to third. And just a little ways up the road, you can see the 25. They're about 5 seconds back right now with about 13 laps left to go. That's going to be a lot of ground to make up. We'll keep an eye on it. So Matt Dickerson gets back into the last podium spot. Hunter Hughes right there behind him in 4th. So Vortex Motorsports running 3rd and 6th right now. Jesse Singleton's just way out in front of this thing. He's now over 8 seconds, so we're going to give him a little screen time, but when you're that far out in front, you usually don't get a lot. Shane Williams now in 2nd, kind of out of Sunday drive between 1st and 3rd right now. Ringer looks like he's going to get an off track there, but he's back on the racetrack going forward. All right, looks like Matt, we talked to Matt during that stage break, and he was pretty confident he'd found something, and then once he's cleared Hughes right now, he's putting a little distance on him, so the 44 has got himself into the 3rd spot. He is getting some distance here on the 18, about a car length falling back. You can see as they come off that corner right there, Hunter Hughes falling back a little bit further. Hunter may have used up his tires a little too much trying to get back through the field after spinning around at one point. All right, let's take a look at our current top 10. Jesse Singleton, Shane Williams, Matt Dickerson, Hunter Hughes, Benedict Ringer, Cliff Adams in 6th right now, Jacob Barker, Colton Gardner, Zachary Steele, and Charlie Bowling. That is your current top 10, and we're going to get back to live action because it looks like Hunter Hughes is closed in on the back of the 44. Not quite able to get there. Everybody else on the racetrack pretty well separated out. You can see Ringer off there in the distance. This is our battle right here. With about 12 laps left to go, can Hunter Hughes find a way to reel Dickerson in? Can they both reel in the 25 of Williams? Let's take a look here at our last 5 laps between Matt Dickerson and Shane Williams, and it looks like last lap Matt Dickerson was almost a complete second faster than Shane Williams. 4 laps before that he was kind of mired in some traffic, so we'll see how this plays out here over the last few laps. But right now, as you can see, it's about 5.5 seconds between 2nd and 3rd. Keep an eye on that gap right there. Hunter Hughes trying to reel him back in. Let's take a look through the field. Colton Gardner got a battle. He's up alongside Barker. This is back here for 7th. Barker is back up, going to get the spot back from him, but and just up the road from them is Justin Kruger. Justin is a lap down at this point. So Barker now in 7th, Gardner in 8th. Hunter Hughes with an off track. It looks like he's going to get back going. We got a little battle shaping on back here for 7th and 8th between Barker and Gardner. We'll keep an eye on this as well as our battle for 3rd and 4th. And we're also keeping an eye on that gap between Shane Williams and Matt Dickerson for 2nd. Let's just take a look at our biggest gainers of the race right now. Ringer up 5, Williams up 3, Steele 2, Adams also up 2, and Colt Gardner up a spot. Closest battles on the racetrack. Baker and Gardner right here separated by less than a second. Dickerson and Hughes now over a second gap. I don't use this overly enough. I think I need to use this one a little bit more. Alright, look up the road here. Williams trying to reel in Jesse Singleton, but he is losing time. It's almost 9 seconds now at this point. Matt Dickerson is closing the gap. We looked at it a little bit earlier and it was 5.5 seconds. It's down to 5. And then right back up to about 5.4. Matt making up a little bit of ground. He's got 10 laps left to go. He's going to have to make up about a half a second a lap if he is going to reel in Shane Williams for 2nd. And it looks like we have another incident back here for the 55 at Todd Rush is back there in 12th right now. The last car on the racetrack right now. All right, here's the leader one more time, Jesse Singleton. Making his, where's he at on the racetrack? Making his way down to turn number 11. We'll come across the line. There'll be 9 laps left to go. All right, looks like we got Cliff Adams starting to close back in on the back bumper of the 83. Now remember, they got together earlier. Cliff had got himself up to third. And the 80, the 83 got together. And it looks like Cliff Adams is driving the wheels off that thing, trying to get back to the back bumper of the 83. And Cliff going to get in a little bit deep, and Ringer also going to lose it right there. It's almost like somebody spilled some oil on the racetrack. They're both sideways. Adams gets loose again, and as he's trying to save the car, gets into the right rear quarter of the 83. We'll go back and take a look at that, but they're both sliding sideways through the corners. They come off the corner, they get together. That's the second time they've gotten together. This time it's Ringer that goes around. So watch him coming down into the corner here. You're going to see Adams get loose. He gets on the brakes hard, getting into 11. He's trying to make up as much ground as he can on Ringer here. He's going to get sideways. Ringer's going to get sideways. Ringer's trying to gather it back up. Cliff tries to go down underneath the 83. He gets loose once again as he tries to gather the car back up. Car bites, turns right into the right rear quarter of the 83, and around goes Ringer. Ringer now back to 9th. All right, let's check on this battle for second and third. Dickerson getting some distance here on Hunter Hayes. Hunter Hayes starting to fade here, back to 4th. As you can see on the timing scoring, lap 53 of 60. So let's take a look at our gap here one more time. It's down now under 5 seconds for the first time. It's 4.8, but not enough in the last couple of laps. He's only gained about half a second in the last 2 laps. We're going to keep a close eye on it here to see if Matt Dickerson can reel in Shane Williams. A good run here going on for the 25. Little mistake right there, getting in the corner. All right, go back to this battle for 6th and 7th. It's Barker and Gardner. Gardner starting to reel in the 12 of Barker. That is for 6th. And it looks like Colton Gardner's got a little more pace right there. Barker started up in 4th, down here to 6th right now. Had good pace early, but it looks to be struggling here late in this last stage. Got about 8 laps left to go. Let's jump on board here with Colton Gardner as they're heading. Where are they at on the racetrack? Looks like we're making that right-hand turn there, turn number 7, go heading down the hill. It's all downhill from here, as they would say, down to the hairpin at 11. Now we haven't used this shot. That's a good shot looking down. Let's see the head down here into 11. You can just see the angle to see where Colton Gardner can make up any ground here on Barker. And he's going to take a look to the inside. Barker's going to sweep wide. That is going to open up the bottom of the racetrack for Colton Gardner. The 41 of Gardner up alongside of the 12 for 6th spot. But he's up on the outside through these next couple of corners. Barker fighting back on the bottom. But it looks like Colton Gardner's going to have him clear. Colton's going to get by Barker for 6th. He's now up 3 spots. A little further up the road, we find the 80 at Cliff Adams running up on the back of the lap car. Justin Kruger in the 29. All right, looks like Gardner's been able to get a couple car lengths distance between the 41 and the 12. Sorry, I was just reading the YouTube chat. And then let's look up front here again. So Shane Williams, and you can see back in the distance the 44 of Matt Dickerson. Let's take a look at our gap here one more time. It's now, let's see, where's it at here? We're going to do it this way. 3.2. So Matt Dickerson has made up about a second on that last lap. Well, last time we looked, actually about 2 laps ago, last time we looked it was just under 5. He made up about 2 seconds. So let's look at it this way. Last 2 laps, almost a second faster, 9/10 of a second faster, and Shane Williams starting to struggle. You can see the back tires on the 25 are starting to go away. As Matt Dickerson's reeling him in, he's got 6 more laps to do it. He has dispensed of the 18 of Hunter Hughes, and he is setting his sights on the 2nd spot. I don't think he's got any chance right now of catching Jesse Singleton unless Jesse makes a mistake. but you can see the 25 of Shane Williams just up the road. Well, I don't know if that's true, John, but up there in the chat. But if it is, retaliation's never a good thing. For some reason, it's like in football, right? When the guy that always gets penalized is the one that retaliates. So it looked like they both were struggling to get through turn 11 right there. So that's kind of the way we're going to call it. But right now, we're looking at this battle for second and third. Williams and Dickerson, they're going to fight it out as our leader, Jesse Singleton, goes across the line to complete lap number 55. We got 5 to go here at Sonoma for the Half Decent Racing League. And don't forget, we got more action coming your way. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You want to get notified anytime we got something coming at you live tomorrow night. JWR iRacing, Talladega, Craftsman Trucks, Money Racing is some of the best money racers in all of iRacing. Join us here on Saturday nights for the JWR iRacing Super Speedway Racing at its best. Then Tuesday night, we're going to come back with Dirty Old Bastards. Where we at? ARCA next week. I don't know where we are next week. Nashville Super Speedway, that's where it is. Gotta remember these things. You know what? I had a graphic for this and I was going to display it, and let's see if I can find it real quick. But Dirty Old Bastards next Tuesday night. Wednesday night of next week, we have the Smoking Thunder ARCA Series. I don't remember what track they're at, but Wednesday night, that's with Say Grabowski. And then Thursday night, we have the Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Model Series with Liam Ervig. And then Sunday, and then next Friday night, we're back here with the Half Decent Racing League. So lots of action coming your way. Don't forget the week of, let me see, was the last week of July. We are going to bring you the Dirty Old Bastards Kings Royal from Eldora. 4 nights of racing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to have a huge field of 410 sprint cars at Eldora. We're really looking forward to that one. And look at this. Here's Singleton getting ready to put a lap on Bowling here, right here. We'll keep an eye on this. They got together a little bit early when Charlie was leading. So let's see if Jesse just doesn't want to do anything with it. We're going to keep an eye on this right here. So the 51 trying to put a lap on the 5. He's going to look to the outside of him here. Charlie fighting back on the bottom of the racetrack. So we saw this earlier for the lead. Now Charlie Bowling doing everything he can to fight to stay on the lead lap. Jesse Singleton right there behind him. And Jesse may just kind of be hanging off. He knows he's only got about 4 laps left to go. He doesn't have to get past the 5. He's got 9 seconds, almost 10 seconds back to Shane Williams. We'll keep an eye on that up there as we take a peek here at Matt Dickerson trying to reel in Williams for second. So Singleton one more time as they come through turn 11. Going to come across the line to be 3 to go. 3 laps left to go here at Sonoma for Jesse Singleton. Let's see. You see Jesse's got 4 wins on the season. We're going for win number 5, but right now he's trying to put a lap on the 5 car. And Bowling not making it easy, not moving over out of the way. He's going to make him earn it. Keep an eye on this battle right here on the racetrack. We're also watching Matt Dickerson and Shane Williams. We don't want to miss any action. All right, where are we at on the racetrack? It looks like we're up there in turn 7. And look at this. Matt Dickerson is now reeled in Shane Williams about 3 car lengths. We'll keep an eye on that. We're also going to keep an eye up here because right now, at this point, Jesse Singleton trying to get around Bowling to put him a lap down. He's lost a second to Williams. We've only got about 3 laps left to go. It was almost 10 seconds. That's down now to 8.5 seconds back to our leader. It looks like Singleton going to look to the outside here into turn number 11. Cross the line to be 2 to go. And here's our battle for second. Dickerson within striking distance, but did not look like he made up much ground on that last lap. Shane Williams got to gather back up here. And that gap is now about 1.5 seconds. Jesse going to look to the outside of the 5. They're going to put a little bumper to him one more time. About a lap and a half left to go at this point. Just got about it's now under 8 seconds. It's about 7.5 seconds. I think if I'm the 51, I'm just going to back off right here. Let the 5 go. As Charlie gets really wide on that corner right there, comes back down across the nose. He is going to come across the nose of the 51. He's going to take himself out. So let's keep an eye on this right here. As Charlie got wide right there, came back down, tried to block the 51, came down across the nose of the 51. That is going to clear Singleton right there. Charlie going to go a lap down. Matt Dickerson closing in on the back of the 25. So it looked like Charlie got loose off the corner, tried to save it, turned the car down the racetrack right into the side of the 51. Fortunately, Jesse was able to hang on to it. And this time by, white flag will be in the air. The white flag flies for Jesse Singleton at Sonoma. He's got one more lap to go to get his 5th win on the season. This one may not be without controversy, as Matt Dickerson is trying everything he can to reel in Shane Williams for 2nd. But doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. They've got the lap car Charlie Bowling just up the road. Charlie's in 10th right now. White flag in the air. Keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on Singleton right now as he's still blinking on and off. Still some network issues right there with the 51. And he's going to get loose right there coming off the turn 4 down into 7. He's still running that same exact line he's been running all day long. And that gap right now back to Shane Williams is only 5.5 seconds. Singleton kind of trying to show off here a little, do a little dirt track action right now, but it's now under 5. It was over 10. Bowling goes off the racetrack. Charlie Bowling drives off the racetrack. That's going to let Williams and Dickerson get by him. So it's about 4.5 seconds now between our leaders as they're making their way down the hill for the last time. Down into turn number 11. One more time for Jesse Singleton. He is going to drift it right there as that gap's now 3 seconds. Shane Williams in sight back there, but here comes Jesse Singleton to pick up win number 5 on the season here at Sonoma. Right there behind him is Shane Williams in 2nd, Matt Dickerson 3rd. And a little further back, it's going to be Cliff Adams. Excuse me, Hunter Hughes in 4th right there is going to come across the line. They'll come across the line in 4th. And then a little further back from that is Cliff Adams. So Cliff's going to come across the line, take home the 5th spot, Colton Gardner. So some heated action here at Sonoma for the Half Decent Racing League. We had 13 cars take the green flag, only 12 finished. Actually, we had 14 cars take the green flag, 12 finished. Matthew Hobbs did not finish this race, and neither did Connor Fuse. Here comes Todd Rush. He's going to come home in the 12th spot. Picked up a couple stage points in this race. He was pretty happy about that when we talked to him earlier on. But right now, it's going to be Singleton bringing home the win. What's that? We're playing some more bumper cars out here, it looks like. But after the checkered flag. All right. So not without a little controversy, as some of my European friends would say. Controversy going on here tonight at Sonoma. But Jesse's going to bring home win number 5. Shane Williams in 2nd with a good finish here tonight. Matt Dickerson in 3rd. And Hunter Hughes, who looked to have a really good car tonight, is going to end up coming home in 4th after spinning around late in the race. All right, let's see if we can find anybody up in the chat here shortly. I don't see... All right, I don't see anybody yet, but Jesse's going to do some burnouts here at the start-finish line to celebrate his victory. All right, let's see if we can get anybody in the waiting room. So we'll just take a look here real quick as we're waiting for our drivers to make their way into the interview booth. They're going to park it right here on the start-finish line, the 51, the 25, and the 44. That is your podium drivers, and Charlie looks like he's going to pull up here and protest. All right, so we're going to play bumper cars on the front straightaway after the race here at Sonoma. So tempers flaring between the 5 and the 51. But in the end, it's going to be Jesse Singleton bringing home the win. And here comes Ringer. Ringer's going to come down and finish him off. So there's your podium right there. Singleton, Williams, and Dickerson, your top three. And let's see who we have up in the booth. Let's just go ahead. We've got, it looks like Shane's out here. So we'll get Shane into the booth here. That's not going to work, is it? All right. All right, looks like maybe Jesse's going to be up here. We'll get Jesse first. All right, Jesse, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir. I'm right here with you.
All right, well, a little adventure all the way throughout. Looks like Hunter had you pretty well covered early. You looked like you may have had a little bit better pace, but just not able to find a way around him. So that first couple segments, you and Hunter went at it pretty hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say really hard. I mean, I was riding behind him a lot of it, just trying to find my gap, not really push it too hard, save tire. I've been sick as a dog the last week, so I wasn't even going to run tonight. I was planning on coming in here, doing a couple laps and parking it just so I'd get points, but it turned out to be pretty fast, so I stayed in it, and I mean, look where it brought us.
Well, we missed you at San Diego last week. That was a good one. But come back here to another road course. You look good. So let's just talk about that last stint. You got Charlie short pitted right there out in front. You doing everything you can right there behind. It looked like you guys got together just a little bit down that long back straightaway, and he got turned around, and it just kind of turned into bumper cars from there.
Well, I mean, I was running behind him, maybe going 10% speed. I mean, he was dog slow, man. And I was just sitting behind him, saving tires. Weren't no one really catching us, so I was just sitting there saving tires, and I finally got to the point where I could pass him pretty easily, and I go up the inside of him in the first hairpin, and there's a 2 foot between us, and turns down and doors me, so. And then when we went through the S's there, it looks like he got loose, and I'm not going to lift. He doored me 4 or 5 times when I was trying to pass him, so I ain't going to lift. I mean, you're going to race like that, I'm going to race like that. Look where he finished. He could have finished second probably, and he was a lap down, so he'll learn.
And then you come up here to the last couple of laps, trying to put a lap on him right there. It looked like you were just going to be patient, kind of ride behind. I mean, you were about 9 seconds out to the good, and by the time you guys were able to get clear right there, Shane and Matt were only about 4 seconds back.
Yeah, so I was just sitting behind him. Because I was kind of looking at our gap, and I was just managing the gap to the car behind. I mean, I kept it like 5-6 seconds for a while. I was like, I really don't want to catch this dude. He's probably going to dump me. As you can see, he tried, but I was like, oh, nah, fuck it. I'm somebody that takes initiative. I'm going to go up there and get up there to him, and we'll see what happens here. And, I had to turn him again, but you got to do what you got to do, get a win here. He'll learn eventually that.
Well, congrats
he
on
ain't
the
going to finish races if he wants to race like that.
Well, 5th victory on the season. You've been with dominant force on the road courses. Do we have any more road courses left? I don't even know. I have to go back and look.
No, I think this is our last one.
I think it was our last one, but we got a long rest of season left to go. We're going to see you every week from here on out.
I'm going to do my best, God willing.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations on the victory tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Of course, our main sponsor, Diesel Smoke Sauces. I know he's coming out with some barbecue sauces too, so go make sure you check out his website, dieselsmokesauce.com, and then just all the guys at SRM, you, of course, for putting on the show for us, broadcasting, and everybody watching.
All right, brother. Well, have yourself a good rest so we can hope you feel better.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chris.
All right, man. All right, that was Jesse Singleton bringing home the win tonight. Shane Williams. Shane, are you there?
I am here.
Great run tonight, my friend. You looked strong all night long. You had to be thinking there. Well, let's just kind of take it through the race here. So first couple of stages, how were you feeling?
And I honestly, I wasn't feeling great coming into the race, but once we took off, and it was like the top 4 kind of checked out a little bit, and I was like, I just kind of got to keep my pace, and honestly, I was trying to learn a little bit more of like where my breaking points were and stuff by watching Matt in front of me, and I think that helped a lot. And then I felt like I had a really good long speed or long run speed. So I was like, I'm just gonna try to collect some stage points here in the first two stages, and then hopefully I have something for him at the end. And I did. Yeah, I checked out, and I didn't check out from Jesse. Jesse was on another level there for a minute. I was giving it all I had, and he just kept pulling away. I don't know what he knew that I didn't know, but it was something very important. But yeah, I was just trying to run my race at that point, and I looked down and I seen Matt was behind me, and I'm like, oh no. So I tried to turn up a little bit more, and I think I burned up my tires trying to keep a pretty decent gap between me and him. But it turned out in my favor, so
So you
I'm
had
happy with it.
so you have the relative up on the screen. Just kind of keep an eye on the distance between you and Matt there for a while.
Yeah, that when he first popped in, I was like, all right, I got to turn up a little bit because as you know, every week Matt's no joke, and I was doing pretty good for a minute, and then it was just slowly dwindling away. So I kind of backed off to try to save what tires I did have left, and there that last two laps, I just kind of drove the car to its max with those tires just to try to stay in front of him.
Well, by my information, that looks like your first podium on the season, my friend.
I believe so.
Oh, good job, man! You looked really good out there. Nice pace. I know you had to be. I was kind of looking at it here, watching Matt close in on the back of you. You know, it had to be in the back of your mind, so you did a good job not making any mistakes there for about the last 8 or 9 laps. But nice run tonight.
Yeah, well, the one mistake I did have was my relative and my mirror. But I'm glad I didn't make any big mistakes on the track. So I'm happy with the second place finish here. I wasn't expecting even top five, so I surprised myself, and I'm pretty happy with the night.
Well, good job, man. Have a great rest of the weekend. But before you go, anybody else you want to give a thanks to?
You guys for broadcasting for one, all the admin of the league for putting this on. I know I've missed a couple weeks, but this is seriously one of the most fun times I have on the sim. So I appreciate all you guys, and yeah, that's probably it.
All right, brother. Well, have a good rest of the weekend. We'll talk to you again, I'm sure, before the season's over with.
I hope so, man. Thanks.
You betcha. All right, that was Shane Williams coming home with his first podium on the season, coming home with his second. Let's
Yeah, after
talk.
I got.
Oh, sorry,
What's up,
sorry,
buddy?
Matt. I grabbed you.
You're all good. All good.
All right. Jump in here with Matt. We caught him mid conversation, I think, with Jesse down there in the other chat. But well, we talked to you there at stage two. Hope it wasn't our broadcaster's curse right there. But you get together. I can't remember who it was you got together with at the point. Oh, but
Yeah, Justin tagged me a little bit on accident.
yeah, you and Justin got together there. You had a good run. You fell all the way back out of the top 10. And then it's you and Hunter charging your way back through the field. Kind of tell us what you're thinking about there at that point.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, Justin, accidentally got on me. I know he wouldn't, spin me on purpose or not, so I wasn't too upset about it. But, I fell back to like 11th, and then really, I don't know. I just didn't get all riled up. I just settled in, and then, worked on my game plan. I was telling you about, like, just save the tires and get into a pace that I could try to keep through the whole race, and just followed Hunter up there, for a while, and then I was able to get around him and tried to run Shane down at the end, and I got right to him, but I couldn't get him.
So we were watching that your gap was closing, and not only that, the gap was closing between yourself, Shane, and Jesse there towards the end. Could you see that relative getting closer and closer?
Yeah, I could see it. It was I guess it was him and Charlie messing with him a little bit or something, because I guess they got together earlier in the race. So, but man, I wish if I didn't spin there, I think it would have been a good battle up front. But it's
Yeah,
all good. I got third.
Hunter also made a mistake right there. Followed the back with you, because I think you Hunter and Jesse would have put on a good show there at the end. All really good pace, and also Shane right there. So the top four, you guys were putting on a pretty good show early on. I'd like to see that go green. That's kind of my thing with these stages. Just let the race. I mean, you guys the four of you were right on top of each other when we came to that stage break. and you'll hear me on the broadcast. You can go back and look. I just wanted it to stay green because I think you guys were going to put on a hell of a show for the rest of the race.
Yeah, man, would have been fun for sure. I feel like I get better. I feel like I'm almost better when the tires wear out. I don't know what it is. Maybe I can just adapt to how much you can push the car when the tires get worn or something. But I don't know. I seem to be better on the longer runs. I feel like. But yeah, it was a ton of fun, man.
Yeah, you definitely looked good out there tonight. That wasn't easy coming back through the field. But we'll see where we go next week. So next week we're at
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland. So I won't be here next week. So I got somebody covering for us next Friday night. So hopefully you have a good show at Chicago. But who else? I mean, who else helps you get it done out there on the 44? I know Cliff and you guys work hard together. But who else you have out there to give a thanks to tonight?
Yeah, definitely Cliff. We were bouncing back and forth ideas in practice, trying to get each other quicker. And then my other, Brendan, he's a road course guy on the team. He wasn't here this week. It would have been cool if he was, because he probably would have been out front. And then Steven and you for broadcasting, and everybody that runs the league, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And have a good rest of the weekend. Good luck next week. We'll see you in a couple weeks, but we'll talk at you again, I'm sure, a bunch more times before the season's over.
All right, man. Have a good weekend.
You too. Take care. All right, Matt Dickerson coming in third. Matt's still gonna hang on to the top of the points. I am sure. We're gonna take a look here at the full results before we go any further here. If I can just find the right button to push, there it is, right there. Coming on the win in the 51 of Jesse Singleton, Shane Williams in second, Matt Dickerson, Hunter Hughes, Cliff Adams ran out the top 5. Then it's Colton Gardner, Jacob Barker, Zachary Steele with a good run there in 8th, Benedict Ringer 9th, Charlie Bowling down there in the 10th spot, Justin Kruger 11th, Todd Rush going to go home in 12th, Connor Hughes 13th, and then it looks like Corey ran out and made enough laps to finish 14th in the pace car, but Matthew Hobbs, the last car actually on the racetrack, actually didn't finish the race, only got a couple laps in, so Matt out of this one early. Jesse led 22 laps out of the 60. See, who led the most laps? Where's it at? Hunter Hughes led the most at 29. Hard charge of the race with Shane Williams up 3 spots. Jesse with the fastest lap at a 1:18.81. That was pretty close to what they qualified as a good lap there from Jesse. So that's going to finish it up for us here at Sonoma. As I look for my mouse button here again one more time. So we're going to go ahead and get at her. Do not forget, tomorrow night, JWR iRacing Super Speedway Money Racing. We're going to be at Talladega with the Craftsman trucks. Looking forward to that one. Is always going to be a great show. And then Tuesday night with the Back with Dirty Old Bastards. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here for the night. Really appreciate you being here with us from all of us here at DRSN. Thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us. I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart. And if you can't do that, as we saw tonight, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We'll see you next time. Good night.